I want to thank everybody for coming out. Y'all may remember we were here just several days ago. This was all dry land at that time. Thanks to the sheriff's staff, we were all working together to build these HESCO basket barriers, and now you see the result of that. The water's obviously overtopped this area, but the good news is the buildings are safe. The good news is they got pumps inside, whether it's the convention center, whether it's the hospital, these other businesses, they've got pumps behind these HESCO baskets, and the idea is if some water is seeping in, they're able to pump it out, prevent any real major significant damage to these structures. Let me tell you, this is a great example of the team effort that it has taken to protect our state. I've said all along, we know that 3 million acres of Louisiana land is going to be flooded by this water. We know that 30,000 of our people are going to be flooded by this water. We know, according to the Corps' estimate, that it's going to literally be thousands of homes and structures. We're going to do everything we can, first to protect people's lives, second to protect their property. Here you see around us, the state bought this was the first HESCO baskets we deployed inside the state to fight the floodwaters. 22,500 feet from the state, 4,000 feet from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. But this is truly a joint effort. I can't say enough good things. We got our mayors here from Vidalia and Faraday. We got not only our sheriff here, but regional sheriffs as well. This has been a great team effort to help protect this critical infrastructure. One of the reasons this is so important, you've got the wells here for the drinking water. It is so important that that continues to be protected, so we've got drinking water. Now, we've got fallback plans. DHH will work with National Guard if necessary. They've already got plans to make sure people have drinking water should the worst case scenario happen, but it is so important for us to protect this infrastructure. Let me start, though, by saying I can't thank enough. We got folks, we got Rodney here, our congressman, we've got our state legislators here, Andy and Francis, and we've got other local and regional folks. This has been a great team effort. Everybody's working together. Everybody's working together from the local basis, from the state, from the region, our federal delegation as well. Federal delegation continues to push Washington, D.C., push the administration to make a full declaration to make sure the local government gets some help for all their costs and all their efforts. The bottom line, though, is we're going to continue to do everything we can to protect our people's lives first, property second. A couple of other updates today. We got a briefing today. I talked to the General Walsh, the president of the Mississippi River Commission today. He hasn't made an official decision, but I continue to tell you, based on what they have told us, it is extremely likely they're going to decide, that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is going to decide to open the Morganza spillway as soon as tomorrow. It would be, the latest is probably around Sunday. They'll do that based on the flow data, and they'll open it when they get to 1.5 million cubic feet per second at Red River Landing. If they open it, they'll open a couple of bays at first, 2 to 4 bays at first, 15 to 30,000 cubic feet per second at first. They will slowly increase the flow. Maximum they're modeling right now is they would go up to about 50% of the capacity, which is 300,000 cubic feet per second. Based on that, I've already told the sheriffs in the impacted parishes, I've already told local leaders not to wait for an official notification from the Corps. They, with the National Guard, are conducting door-to-door notifications as we speak. National Guard's done a great job building 10,000 feet of HESCO basket barriers down in Morgan City and Amelia, building 2 miles of levees over in Crotch Springs. Crotch Springs, they'll protect 240 homes, a refinery, as well as a power substation. Down in Morgan City, they're help protect over 11,000 people, and they're doing projects like this all over the state. We got Reynolds here as well from the 5th Levee District. Let me just say that National Guard's working closely with our levee districts. I know they're monitoring dozens of sand boils between here and farther up north. They're continuing to work, going out there, putting down sandbags. A couple of words of advice for our people. Number one, listen to your local officials. We're going to see some significant backwater flooding across different parishes. Over 24 parishes in Louisiana have declared an emergency. That includes parishes up in northeast Louisiana. Be on the lookout for guidance from your local officials. There will be some backwater flooding. People need to prepare for that. We've asked the Corps to give us 5 days out daily inundation maps so people can see where water is projected to be 5 days out on their land, near their property. Now's the time to look at those maps, make preparations. Make sure you're safeguarding your property. If you're in an area that has to evacuate, make sure now's the time to think about what documents, what valuables, what medications you might want to take. DHH has modified their Medicaid rules for areas, impacted parishes. Those that are on Medicaid can get 30-day refills, so they don't have to worry about coming back and getting their medications. They don't have to worry about finding a pharmacist if they have to move. Second piece of advice, make sure you watch and you heed local guidance. For example, here, Sheriff and Mayor have advised people to stay off the levees, to avoid compromising the levees, also for people's own personal safety. Nationally, we have seen the majority of injuries occur after the water comes in. People will try to drive through the high water, walk through the high water. You got to be on the lookout. Wildlife is going to be displaced by this water. There'll be snakes in South Louisiana. You're going to see bears displaced from their wildlife, from their habitat. So listen to the advisories. Again, the water is faster than it looks. Don't just try to drive through it. Don't try to walk through it. Be careful. Listen to the local advisories. If they tell you to watch out for the water, if they tell you to stay away from the levees, please listen to the guidance from your local authorities. Third and final thing I'll say, this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. The high water for Louisiana in some places will last until July and August. It's not going to be done in a day or two. Now, we'll have a crest that will move through here. It'll be done in 7 to 10 days. They're still looking, about the third week of May, we're going to get a crest. Up here, probably 19th, 20th of May, but down in South Louisiana, third week of May, 24th, 25th, you'll see that crest move through 7 to 10. The crest will last 7 to 10 days, but we'll have elevated water in some places well into July or August, and that is why people need to understand this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're going to do everything we can as a state. We're a tough people. Now, we have been through 4 hurricanes. We've been through an oil spill. We've been going through a drought. We're going to get through this flood just as well because we've got the toughest, most resilient people you'll meet anywhere in the entire world. I want to close by just thanking, again, National Guard's got 700 guardsmen mobilized. I can't say enough good things. Right around us and behind us, you see one of the best examples of regional partnership. The mayors of Vidalia and Faraday, the sheriff here, the local sheriffs, everybody working together to protect critical infrastructure. And when we ordered those first HESCO baskets, I was told, well, Governor, maybe you shouldn't do that because the feds haven't agreed to pay for it. I said, that's ridiculous. We got to do whatever it takes to protect our people. We'll figure all it's kind of like what we say during hurricanes. You work now, and instead of waiting for permission, ask for forgiveness later. When our people's lives and property are at stake, we've got to do what we need to do to protect our people. And that's exactly what the mayors and the sheriffs are doing here. I can't say enough good things about their leadership, their cooperation. I want to thank our state legislators, Andy and Francis. Our entire delegation is doing a great job, and I know they're going to work with us to make sure we have the resources we need. And finally, I want to thank Rodney as well. Our congressman has done a great job. One of the things we did get, and we continue to work, I've got a letter from the state agricultural commissioner yesterday. I've sent my letter at his request to the federal agricultural commissioner asking for a secretarial declaration, and that'll help free up resources for our farmers that are being impacted first by the drought, then by the tornadoes, and now by the rising floodwaters, because we know they're suffering significant damages. So again, I can't say enough good things about these folks that are working together to protect our people and to protect their property. I'd be happy to take questions, or if these guys want to add anything, I'd be happy to turn it over to them, but we'd be happy to take questions as well.
How difficult of a decision is it to open the Morganza spillway?
The general, I talked to General Walsh today. The way this works is that last weekend, the colonel in the New Orleans district made that recommendation to the general. He's got sole authority as president of the Mississippi River Commission. What they look at are modeling and technical data. It's 1.5 million cubic feet of water per second at the Red River Landing. I know they've modeled, different scenarios. The bottom line is we can't tell them when to do it, how to do it. We can't even demand. We've asked for better notification. What we can control is our state's response. So once those floodways are open, we know there'll be water that's coming down there. What we have told our sheriffs today is go out there and notify your people. Don't wait. What we can do is we can get the National Guard out there building the walls, building the fortifications. We're using everything from recycled asphalt to HESCO baskets to sandbags to other types of technology to provide protection to our people. So there are things we can't control. We can't control Mother Nature. We can't control the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. What we can control is our state's response. What we're going to do is make sure our people are prepared, and we're doing everything we possibly can to protect their lives first and their property second. Great. Thank you, guys. Oh, sorry. Wait.
I apologize. I had to go leave quick. Had a little emergency. First of all, I want to thank the governor again for coming again. He's been down here so many times, as Mayor McLaughlin said. I've already made him an honorary citizen, but I don't know what else we can go beyond that. But without his participation and his staff, this would not be a reality. They brought the HESCO boxes in here, and the Department of Transportation. Immediately we started working on the end results. Is we're going to save this $100 million investment in the city of Vidalia. Governor, I don't know what else I can say, but thank you again and again. You've been a tremendous supporter of Vidalia, Louisiana, and Concordia Parish.
You've done a great job. This was, like I said, it was a team effort. The mayors, the sheriff, the inmates, everybody, the National Guard, DOTD, everybody's been working together to save this. And now people need to understand this is critical infrastructure. Not only the hospital, the convention center, the drinking water, that infrastructure is so important for the entire community, and that's why they work so hard to save it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.